Support WrestleTalk!
Click the thumbs up. Hello and welcome to the WrestleTalk News. I'm Ollie Davis. And to answer a question from yesterday's Wrestle Ramble episode, Nicholas is recognised by WWE as a former Raw Tag Team Champion. His 21-hour reign with Braun Strowman being officially listed on WWE.com. The same belt held by D-Generation X, the Hardy Boys, and of course, David Otunga and Michael McGillicuddy. Nicholas exploded onto the professional wrestling scene late Sunday night when Strowman picked him out of the 78,133 people in the crowd at WrestleMania to be his partner in the Raw Tag Team Championship match. But as great as Nicholas was, if Braun went a little further into the stands, he could have stumbled upon forming the scariest tag team ever known to wrestling, as watching from up high was possibly the meanest looking man on the planet, Minoru Suzuki, pictured here at the event holding a Steve Weiser and wearing a child's tutu on his back. That's totally cool though, Minoru Suzuki. Everyone put on your child's tutus, he's gonna hurt it! And Suzuki wasn't the only one stealing John Cena's I'm just here as a fan gimmick at WrestleMania, as the ace of New Japan, Hiroshi Tanahashi, was also spotted at the event. A fan sitting nearby, the 7-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion, shared his experience on Reddit. I asked the ace how he felt about WrestleMania and he said he loved it, but he didn't love the main event. Dude was laughing his ass off at the Nakamura heel turn. Funniest part to me was when Braun was looking for a tag team partner, his crew kept pointing at him and he was raising his hands. It's good to hear that the New Japan stars were having fun, as according to Wrestling Observer Radio, some of the WWE roster were upset with the event. WrestleMania 34's kickoff show ran for 2 hours from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern, and the main card went another 5, taking place between 7 p.m. and midnight. That's 7 hours in total, and unlike previous years where most of the audience only got seated just before the main show began, live reports had the vast majority there from the very first kickoff match, meaning a large portion of the crowd watched all 7 hours. While the audience was very energetic for the first 2/3 of the show, by the last few hours the reactions weren't as loud as the crowd appeared to grow tired, culminating in them hijacking the Brock Lesnar vs Roman Reigns main event by throwing beach balls and chanting, "We want Nicholas! Give the crowd what they want, Vince!" The turning point is widely agreed to be when Daniel Bryan was taken out by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn with a pop-up powerbomb on the ring apron. The idea makes sense on paper. Structure the match around building to Bryan's delayed hot tag, but it didn't work in practice, with the crowd having already waited 3 years for Bryan to wrestle, and then having to endure 10 minutes of Shane McMahon awkwardly wrestle before they got it. When criticising how the length of the event drained the crowd of energy, Meltzer revealed there were a lot of people upset who worked late in that show for that very reason. Remember the days when WrestleMania only used to be 3 hours long? WrestleTalk's Pledge Hammers sure do. The poll for April's edition of Wrestle Ramble Extra is up now, where everyone who donates to WrestleTalk's Patreon page, aka Pledge Hammers, can vote for what classic pay-per-view Luke and I review on the Patreon exclusive podcast next. Currently way in the lead is arguably the greatest WrestleMania of all time, WrestleMania X7. But there's also WCW's awful Spring Stampede 2000, the pay-per-view that made Batista quit wrestling, Extreme Rules 2010, and one of my favourite pay-per-views from my childhood, WWF Backlash 2000. Head over to WrestleTalk's Patreon page now by clicking the P image on the left or the link in the video description below to become a Pledge Hammer today. Vote in the poll and get loads of exclusive WrestleTalk goodies. And click the videos next to that for more great wrestling stuff. I've been Ollie Davis and that was wrestling.